Yeah, and these two whistleblowers have been right all along. And no matter what the White House or any in the Biden family says, these two whistleblowers have all of the evidence they've presented and all of their testimony has been confirmed by everybody. We point to the U.S. attorney that's now special counsel Weiss. He tried to get special counsel status early on. He was denied that. He has admitted as much in his testimony. And so, in each step, we are continuing to be told by the Biden family and by the president one thing that turns out to be inconsistent with the facts and evidence as the House has discovered it.
Well, the report today is from the three committees, Judiciary, Ways and Means, and Oversight here. It's really meaty. It's released today talking about the Justice Department's deviations from standard processes, be it, Leslie Wolf tipping off Hunter Biden's attorneys about a search warrant, which, obviously if there was evidence there, it no longer probably exists. There is a litany of things in here that just don't add up. With the impeachment inquiry vote expected to happen this week, tell us from your expertise, Matt, what other types of things we could learn and what type of power Congress will get now, if this is what we're learning already.
Yeah, well, what we're going to know is, to be honest with you, when I took over the Department of Justice, I made sure that everyone understood we were following regular order and we were going to do the right thing for the right reason. And that is not what Merrick Garland has been doing. They have not been following regular order, as it has been discovered and outlined in all of this testimony. And I think what the House is going to do, if they vote for the next step in the impeachment, a true investigation, is, that is kind of the ultimate power of Congress. And their subpoenas should be backed up by the Department of Justice and the threat of contempt of Congress, which we saw Peter Navarro and others prosecuted for that very crime. And so I think that is the next step, to put some real teeth in these subpoenas, to make these witnesses show up and answer on the record under oath what they know about Joe Biden and his family's corruption.
Well, we're watching it very closely, unlike some of the other big media that doesn't want to report exactly what's going on. But I do want to get your reaction to former President Donald Trump and what's happening in New York. We just had John Glasgow outside the courtroom talking about this gag order, and they want to now take it to the state's highest court. The judge, Arthur Engoron, he's the one-man show here. He's smiling. He's having a photo op here, drunk with power. How do you think this plays? We have Eric Trump taking the stand tomorrow. This is the Trump's defense, and we have 45 next week, Matt. If this gag order remains, is there going to be a serious issue as far as what they can say to defend themselves in a court of law and due process?
No, what's going to be at issue is what the former president can say as he's traveling places like where I am, the state of Iowa, and how that is how he defends himself in the court of public opinion. It's pretty clear that this case is not serious. This judge ruled that the former president and his companies were guilty on summary judgment, without even allowing witnesses or testimony to be heard. And I think the Trump team has done a great job by putting on evidence in this case to refute that finding. And I think that's so important as they appeal this through the courts in New York, because it's going to be very obvious that, a lot of this case is going to crumble and fall apart, and this judge, to your point, abused his power in his orders.
What's the most concerning thing that you've learned about his clerk as well, and some of her activity there that some say really has crossed a line as well in this case?
I have never seen a judge with a clerk that sits co-counsel on the dais. Typically clerks, you don't even know who they are. You don't see them. And if they are in the courtroom, they are very not obvious, as in this case. I mean, this is, it appears to me, to be sort of the ideological wingman for this judge, someone that thinks that they are going to get Donald Trump, that probably completely despises the former president, which is incredibly unfortunate. It's, and the evidence that's come out is that this clerk is a true partisan and is not independent and is not, sort of weighing the scales of justice like we expect out of our legal system.